Hey and welcome back to Kallerhult Creations and another sketchbook tour. So this is an A5 sketchbook I received from a friend of mine. I think she bought it in Croatia. The brand is Honsel. I was very happy to receive it because it's like giving a sketchbook to me. It's like, thank you. The cover is really nice. It has a nice feel to it. However, I am not a huge fan of the paper, unfortunately, because it's a bit porous, I guess. So I went from using this sketchbook, which could take almost anything I threw at it. Like this is gouache, I used markers, I used a bunch of different things, and then I started this sketchbook and I was like, yeah, use more colors. I think I wrote somewhere, yeah, here, goals, use more colors. The paper didn't take the colors so well. Okay, let's just get into the actual sketchbook tour. So I started the 1st of January and I finished it the 28th of March, and my goal for 2021 is to draw each and every day, and so far it's now the 23rd of November when I'm filming this, and I have accomplished that so far, so yay me. So starting off by 2020, hello 2021, COVID was the main thing for 2020, actually hasn't really gone away. And also, this was like my expectation. I was like, yeah, new year, everything's gonna be great. I started off by vomiting for like 5 days or something and had a fever. So it can only get better now. And then I wanted to just draw something. I started listening to the Harry Potter books again. I keep listening to them over and over again, like all 7 books, but for the 1st of January I started with the first one. So this is just a little sketch of Dumbledore as he is described in the books, where he has actually high heels shoes, and Hagrid. We watched Fear the Walking Dead, and this is a character from that show. Not the best portrait, but it's like one of those things. This is my sketchbook, I just want to document things that happen. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I'm not selling this or anything. This was how I was feeling, and also when I discovered that this paper does not like watercolor. Here I was using gouache, it was so-so. Watercolor, no, tear up the paper. So as you can see, my legs felt very wobbly, probably because I ate like 3 toasts in an entire day and threw them up. Yeah. I was sitting in a chair in my daughter's room to keep her company while she was falling asleep, so I just drew the stuff that was on like her radiator protector thing. And here are a bunch of frogs. And I think I've mentioned this before, but when my eldest kid Linus, when he was like smaller, he's still small, but when he was a small kid, he thought the English word for ribbit, you know, what a frog sounds like, was Robert. So he said that the frogs said Robert, and now it's like a thing that all frogs are like Robert. And here's a bunny bun bun. Here are some tigers I drew with some kind of tush words. Brush marker, yeah. A bit wonky, but you know, just sketchbook stuff. This was a wildlife drawing session, so it was a nurse shark. I think I took this one not live, but I looked at the recording and I drew it. And then I just made a bunch of squiggly lines to illustrate water, because it was like plop, just floating in the middle of a spread. So this was a really nice photo. I can speak very good. This was a really nice photo. It was like, I don't know, some magazine that came for free, and I crossed out the word arbetslust, meaning like the will to work, and wrote arbetsro, meaning like the peace to work, when you feel peace and calm and you want to work. A fox and 2 little drawings my daughter made. I think this might be a character from a show, so it might be Sommarskuggan. If you are Swedish, you might know what I'm talking about. Here are the beginning of the Illustrating Children book course I took. and we were supposed to draw different items, and I chose to draw a bunch of vehicles. You might have seen this in my study vlogs, so I'm gonna leave a card up here for the study vlog. So I drew a bunch of vehicles or means of transportation like boats and stuff, and this is something that I really should continue on with, picking a subject matter that I'm not really familiar with and then just dive in. And here I try to just make something up. So this is a ladybug car. That's kind of fun. Maybe I should do something more with that. And then for animals I drew a bunch of cats. So most of these cats I think I came up with myself. This is probably inspired by Lucy Knisley? Isn't it supposed to be Kinsley? Anyway, her cat Rhino. And I drew more of the same style, like a color blob and then lines for details. And I wrote down what I like a heart and says simple lines. And here I really like the eyebrows on that cat. And here are some illustrations originally made by Pet Disneyfication on Instagram, and I just want to see how they studied their style basically. And this is from Studio Ghibli, and I wrote down that I really like how they draw the nose and the mouth. Here are some more studies. So this is, what have I even written here? Bedu Polker on DeviantArt, and this from Bev Johnson on Twitter. I don't know where these are from. I mean, I've drawn them, but it's not from my mind. Per usual, in my sketchbook I draw the tree that's outside our kitchen window, and I've even written here, it wouldn't be a sketchbook of mine without a sketch of our best friend, the kitchen tree. I was debating if I should chop off my hair, either like a pixie cut or cut bangs, or what I should do. And then I drew mushrooms and lightning bolts. No idea why. Here are some more cats, and I used Posca markers to make these ones. And then I used liquid watercolor, I think, for these cats. Then I moved on to plants, and this is using highlighters and then fine liners on top, and I really like the outcome of these. I like the simplicity, but still like something is happening, you know. Probably because some of the color is outside the lines and stuff like that. Here is just fine liner, and I want to have like not cross hatching, but you see the line work. I especially like this one. For the next spread here, I made some color swatches on watercolor paper, and then I cut them out as leaves and stuck them in here and drew twigs and branches and patterns for the leaves and stuff. I kind of like these, look like pothos. I moved on to drawing houses, and I realized I absolutely love quirky houses and drawing quirky houses. So here we have some. This is adapted from Timuju Hani. So it's not a direct copy, but inspired. It's like their picture, but altered. And here are some nice houses as well. And I was thinking about filling the entire spread, but I never got back to it, so I just pasted in a drawing that Lily made. So it's a little guy and a heart. This is a picture I took in Gothenburg when I went to get my owl tattoo. So I took a picture of some nice houses and then I drew them, and same thing here, I was gonna draw the entire street, but no. This is wrapping paper that I thought was really cute. And this is another drawing Lily made. It's really interesting to see how she's drawing. She's making a lot of symmetry things. So I like to paste them in my sketchbook, so I remember. It's also like in this time, like in the beginning of 2021, this was what she was drawing. Here are some study notes for the course I was taking. And this was wildlife drawing again. We're drawing cats. I think this was the the portrait that we were supposed to do. I'm not content with it because the eyes are too far apart. It's like it should have been squished a bit. I think I did this one waiting for the stream to start. Here just some random doodles. Lily was wearing her unicorn onesie. I was wearing like back on track half glove things because I have so much joint pain. I drew wheelchairs and stuff I saw. I think we were watching a show. Yeah, I think we were watching like Fargo or something. And I was I don't remember. I don't remember. Probably also because I wanted to draw every day. This might have been like a sketch dump, so I came back to this page and just drew something, so I had drawn something for that day. Amphibiary was a thing that I was like, I'm gonna participate in Amphibiary, and I didn't do that. These are just some sketches of what I could do. Yeah. Another drawing from Lily. Here is another of the school assignments, and we're gonna draw characters. I started off drawing Linus and Lily, and I wasn't really content with how they came out. I'm gonna come back to that later. Here is a more just... This was how my hands felt. I was actually to a rheumatologist to see if I had some... What was wrong with me? I mean, I could barely hold a pencil. I had so much joint pain, and now it's basically gone. If I use my hands too much, I still get joint pain, but not as bad as it was in the beginning of the year. And this was how I felt, like almost all of the time. My glorious to-do list: finish client work, learn everything about illustration, create loads of awesome YouTube vids, open up a shop, launch a cool Patreon page. I have launched... Oh, this is out. Here we go. I have launched a cool Patreon page. Okay, good me. Things that makes me happy. Nail polish. I really like cute nail polish. I like chocolate. I like to draw in my sketchbook. I like my family. I like owls. I like coffee. I like reading and listening to audiobooks. I like Happy Mail. I like watching and creating YouTube content, and I love listening to birds sing. Nice list of what makes me happy. Another sketch dump. This one is probably inspired by... Is this where Noobsy draws? Anya, if you're watching this, is this inspired by one of your drawings? A caracal, I think they're called. Link with a bone and a dog. I really like this one. I don't know if you remember, but I did some brush pen work in my previous sketchbook, and I think this was me trying to get back to that technique. This is probably the only thing I did. I really like this one. So this is back to creating a character, and this was when I decided to use Finn, the boy from the forest. So I just tried to, you know, hash out what should he look like. Should he have a square cheek? He looks too young. He has too short face. I crossed some of them out. Some of them I like. Here's another sketch dump. I think I asked people what they should draw, or maybe I just found fun things and drew them. These three girls are like Rodgon the artist made a quick IGTV video and described how to think when you're drawing heads from the side. So I drew some heads. And then we have a horse, and this is my Steffi Inia, and 3 frogs, and a horse, and a baby elephant, and my friend's dog Lotta. And here we had a red robin. Yes, this is something that people have wished for, because now I remember someone wanted me to draw a guinea pig. My friend Frida wanted me to draw her dog Bosse. Someone wanted me to draw a fennec fox, and I think it was Daisy from My Green Cow wanted me to draw a panda. And I had seen this little sequence when a panda was playing with a snowman, so I drew this. Here I just drew like the gates of a dog galloping. I bought some chalk markers from the dollar stores. I tried them out here. This looks like I am trying to do something with the mascots for the Hogwarts houses. So we have a lion, we had 2 sketches of a snake, we have an eagle, and a T-Rex skull. instead of a badger, I don't know. Some bunny bun buns. I was probably gonna go back to drawing some rabbit illustration for the bunny book. More rabbits, and this is a sticker I made when I was running my A Planner Piece sticker store. Then I went to New Masters Academy and drew some 1-minute poses. I kind of like it when they're overlapping like this. And here, another drawing from Lily. More poses, more poses. And here's another sketch dump. So I think something went wrong with our computer. Alex just pulled it apart and was looking for us. I don't know. I drew the inside of the computer. We had sushi. Sushi is nice, so I drew some sushi. And then we threw away Lily's bib. And I drew it before we threw it away. It has been like inherited. She was probably the 3rd or the 4th kid to have it, so it was time to retire that one. Here are just some sketches of stuff I was planning on making from clay. Didn't get around to making much clay things. I'm gonna do that sometime. Here are some details for one of the assignments for the course. I was gonna do like the interior of my character's place. So here were some details I wanted to add to that assignment. Here's another sketch dump. So we have a Frenchie, we have an orangutan, a meerkat, a duck, some lilac flowers, I guess, and just some doodly flowers. Some doodly-doos. And some, I think these are cat skulls, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just a little experiment. I dropped some liquid watercolor in here, some Ecoline, and then I just plop, closed the book, and this is the pattern that was made, and then I just drew with a fine liner on top of it. We went to a place called Kallerhult Såg, which is a really cool old place where they used to saw wood and they have like a waterfall that's powering the whole saw place. And this is Link when he was sitting there. This is the view down, like it's a not stair, what is it called, en stege, so you can climb down, and was a bunch of sawdust down there. This was like just a corner, looked really nice because it's so cool. It's been built from tree, and they have like tree plugs and stuff. Here's another squishy page, and I just try to make characters or figures from the empty spaces. This is also what is it called now again? Kallerhults Såg. So this is like the little waterfall, and this is one of the wheels that's powered the sawmill. And this is a little bit away from there, a nice view, so I just drew it. I think Alex and the kids were like throwing rocks into the lake or something, and I was just standing here drawing this. Here we have another squiggly doodly doo. And more studies of Finn, how I should draw him, and different expressions and stuff. So here are my notes: correct age, he has big eyes, square cheeks, pointy chin, and thin neck. More character studies. Love the hair here. Here he looks too old. This one is based of a pose and drawing by Down to the Bone. This is also Down to the Bone inspo. Some more sketches. And then I tried out this new style. I really like, you know, a looser style and mixed media, and it's something that's like completely new to me, because previously I wanted everything to be like perfect. It was supposed to be I always appreciated other people's art, but I didn't like it when I did something that was like loose, because I wanted photorealism, and this is like out of my comfort zone, I guess, but not anymore. Also, for me, I never liked, you know, texture. Like when you see this, and now I'm like, ooh, it's so nice to see different textures. So yeah, I want things to happen. So this was an experiment. I think it is watercolor wash, and then we have colored pencil and some Posca marker. This was another wildlife drawing, so it was a chimpanzee we were drawing that time. His name was Mowgli. Here was another assignment, and here was another color blob I didn't do anything with. Here are more of those experimental landscapes. And as I said, I really like how they turned out, and I think this one is my favorite. And then I ate an apple, and the brand, or the species I guess, of the apple was Pink Lady. And I was like, it would be fun to draw character based on apple names. So I just did one, and then I kind of abandoned the project, but now that I'm looking through this sketchbook I kind of want to do it again. So this is my Pink Lady. And I have some sketches for Macintosh, for Granny Smith, and another one for Pink Lady. And here's some apple blossom, and this was probably from when we had sushi, so this is like the little paper sleeve that the chopstick comes in. So yeah, as I mentioned, the sketchbook wasn't my favorite, and that also affected the work in it. I like that I did a lot of exploration, especially for my assignments, that I tried different things, because I mean, for what I had to submit, I did a lot more than I had to do. But that's like why I took the course, because I really wanted to learn a lot. What else about this sketchbook? I like the format, I like the number of pages, but as I said, it was quite a bummer that the paper quality couldn't hold up better to wet washes. So I hope you enjoyed this little sketchbook tour, and please leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite spread was, and if you are currently using a sketchbook, what are the qualities of the sketchbook that you like the most and the least. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!